Good morning to you, Guy Watson, Bognor Regis Bonsai. Today is the 19th of October and thinking about our next Tree of the Month competition from the Chichester and District Bonsai Society. We've got a one called Autumn Colour, which, as you know, if you've seen the videos, I've been looking at my burning bush because those leaves have turned red, but in case they don't turn red, or they've, let's say, as Corinne Tomlinson told me, they only stay red for 2 or 3 days. Thought I'd have a look at the possibility of tidying this tree up. A Loropetalum Chinense, or a Chinese Fringe Flower, which I think is what we'll call it. I also think I've heard it a Chinese witch hazel. But this needs a bit of a tidy up. And if I do take it, it'll obviously need to be slip potted into something else. I've got a nice little white oval I think I could put it into. I'll do that if needed. But let me pull you in and have a look at some of these little red flowers. They're quite nice. I don't know how long they're going to last, but if they do last for the show, that would be really nice. Right, let me pull you in. Okay, well here's a view of some of the red flowers. And actually we've got red the leaves are turning a bit redder, so it'll be nice for the autumn. And around here we have some more of the red little flowers. And I think that shows off an autumn colour quite nice. I know red's its normal colour, but at least it's colour in the autumn. So let's have a look at tidying this up, see what it looks like after that. I mean, there are obvious things like this branch down here is actually going right across the tree, right over to here. So that's obviously got to be chopped off. So we'll do all things like that and see what it looks like after that. Right, let me put the camera back on the stand and we'll have a look at some snipping. Okay then. Right, now I know people like to ask. I think this tree was about 2013 when it was initiated, which makes it, what's that, 9 years old, which is about right. Okay then. So it was actually bought from a garden centre as a bonsai, but I have done a bit of trimming to it, but I have neglected it a bit, I'm afraid to say. Let's go to an outward facing leaf here. The thing's got to be down there. Oh, let me get some sharper scissors. There we go. That's going back in on itself. I think this will probably be the front. Let's have a look up here. This is too long. We'll chop that back to an outward facing leaf there. Then these have got to be shortened. No, look at that one going straight across there. Just a matter of tidying the whole lot up. Something going straight up here. We'll just chop it off there for now. But, well, I think the whole lot's got to go. And this one's got to be shortened. When we look at it, there's a bud in there. Here we'll chop back. Come back to the first leaf. It's a shame to cut the flower off this. Don't want to cut too many flowers off, or what do I need to take to the show? It's not really a show, the Tree of the Month competition. Well, I'll be showing it, but there we go. That there on the trunk, we don't want that one. These can all just be shortened. Right, how are we looking? Oh, this is too high up. this one's going up straight up, so we don't really want that one, do we? This is too congested in here. It's a mass of foliage. I think this is the problem in this part. Definitely needs to be reduced. Take the end of it off. I'm going to come back to some shorter leaf nodes there. And it's got to be shortened quite a lot, I think. There's too much leaf. That's going back in towards the tree. And there's one going straight up. We'll cut that off there. Right. We'll shorten this one. That's looking lighter. Right, yes, that would do. Right, let's move on round. Actually, I think I'm going to be cutting too much off this one. Going too far straight up. Leave that like that. I want to try and aim for a triangular shape. Actually, I haven't even thought about the front yet. That, I think, has to be the front, because you can see the trunk more. So from there we want to try and get a triangular shape. This one's too tall here, isn't it? Only two. Oh, let's have a look from over here. We're coming up. Alright. Take that off the top. Have that off, and then this one's got to be cut back from here. How's that looking for the total outside profile? That's getting to be more triangular, I think. How's it looking as we come around? Yeah. I'll have to readjust its apex in a minute. Right, let me just have a stand back and look at it. Okay, well, I've had a quick look at it. I don't want to take much more off, to be honest, but that one is going back in towards, and there was another branch I saw which I've now gone and lost, which I was going to take off. It'll come back. Well, I really don't want to take a lot more off this. I'm going to let it grow. The flowers are still there. Oh, it's too wide out here, isn't it? So we'll have that off. I think too far back up there. That makes this one then too long. In fact, that is all too straight in the hole. I've got to wait for some back budding down here for that. That's much too straight, this one. Might be some growth from here. We'll see later. Right. I think that, you know, is going to have to do for now. I probably won't be taking it. It does need to fill out and back bud a bit. But I've made a start to it. And I do actually quite like the tree. It's got a nice triangular shape from this angle. maybe just up there, and possibly shorten that one. There. So I think I'll leave it at that. See if I can find a pot which could be possibly fitting it into, maybe a nice white oval. Right, let me go and see if I can find a pot. Okay, well I found this white oval. What do people think how that would look? I mean, if you think that would look quite nice in the Tree of the Month competition, please let me know if you think that's the right pot for it. I mean, the white does show off the redness up here and the flowers. So I think that's a possibility. If the burning bush doesn't go red, I'll slip pot from the kitty litter tray into here. And then I'll take that. I mean, I like to take something. I mean, I wish it had thickened up the trunk, and it's not exactly that tight in this pot either, so it's not really ready for a repot. But say just slip pot it, might do it good actually. And let me know what you think, if you feel that combination would be nice. Right, let's see if I've got another project I can get on with. Right, well here's a holly tree that I actually had stuck at the top of the garden in amongst a whole load of other potted up trees, and it has gone a bit wild. Let me put it on the ground and show you. Well, there's the holly tree in its entirety. It seems to have shot skywards through being lack of sunlight at the base, and it's just reached up to the sky to try and reach the sunlight. What I was thinking though, could this now, as it's like this, be turned into a cascade? I don't actually think I've seen a holly cascade, so I thought, well, why not give that a go? So let's see if I can have a go at that. Right, let's get me wire and bits and everything. We'll see how we go. Okay, right, I found a piece of longish wire, recycled wire, I must admit. I thought it would do for a start. Now then, looking at this, there is an obvious twist to the trunk. I don't really want to bend it against that, so that's the way the cascade's got to go. Use this as the top part of the tree off the cascade. This one will have to be removed. So let's see about sticking this in anyway. Let's see how we get on. Probably have to double up some wire down here. I've got a funny feeling this is not going to be thick enough to create the bend. Oh, wonder what that sounds like. I just plonk the camera with the wire. Whoops, there goes a leaf. I'm up to there. So let's see about just winding you out a bit so you can see the rest of this. Now we can see the top of the tree. Right. This tree just appeared in the garden. Present from the birds, obviously. Well, we don't turn down freebies, do we? It's always difficult storing cascades when you haven't got that much room, transporting them to shows or wherever you want to display them. But because of that, you don't get so many of them. Alright, it's getting up to the top. Well, I think that will do. Right, I'll snip that. I might actually leave that top bit on. Right, I'm going to have to get a thicker piece of wire just to do this bit down here where the major bit of bending is going to be going on. Okay then, I've got another piece of wire. Let's see how we go on here. So I've always found double wiring is quite easy because the wire just seems to automatically follow the previous one. And I think even then, I'm going to put a third one down here. Right, there. Now then. She will bend. Right, let's pull it nearer and put the camera in the right position. But I think we're going to have a bit of success. Right then. See, that's bending it the wrong way, isn't it? Because I'm going against the coils of the wire. Try and bend it so that the wire's on the outside, less chance of snapping. Right. I have a holly tree cascade. Okay. Now then. Let's chop off this branch here, that's not needed as I said. And this one's got to be shortened obviously, well, no work's been done on this at all. Chop it off to there for now. This one's got to be shortened down. Take it to there. This one, take that, shorten that. These are on the inside of the curve now, so let's just take them off gently and we'll come back in. Oh, I'm round the wrong angle for this. There we go. Try some scissors for the next one if there's one inside here. That one I feel ought to go. Right, put a bit of wire on that one, I'll go and get it. And I think we'll leave that. Let me go get some wire and wire this bit up to hopefully form the tree at the top. Back in a minute. Okay, I've got my piece of wire. I've had to put this down on the ground for doing this, otherwise you wouldn't see it. Right, let's anchor this. It's actually a piece of wire used for flower arranging. It'll do this job nicely. Putting on quite a few turns here. Get less as we come up. I think that'll do it. And what we want to do. Oh, vicious, these hollies are starting to bleed. Well, let me see, if we're facing that way, then really we want the leaves to go over that side, don't we? Bit of a twist. I know you can't see this fully. I'll put it back up on the table, then you can see it. Okay then, well there's my first attempt at this holly cascade. I won't be able to twist it around too much. Be able to get generally the right idea. I don't know if that's in the picture. Oh, just. Right, so there's that side, and then round to there. Well, I think I'm going to leave it at that as a starter to a holly cascade. Right, that's got lots and lots of years to go, and I'll put it back up on the shelf. You'll probably see that when I do my work down here. It'll just be up on the shelf behind to be able to see that in the coming months, weeks. Days even if I do some more, but we're due thunderstorms tonight and it's going to go on for about a week. Temperature hasn't dropped that much yet, so I'm still keeping my ficus out here, and that tree on the end at the back is a zebra tree. Don't know if you can actually see that. Here you can, that's a zebra tree up by the drain pipe. That will have to go up into the greenhouse or polyhouse. I'm like Nigel, I've got the polycarbonate covering. Right, so that's it for now anyway. Thanks very much indeed. See you on the next one.